Hey everybody, it's Eileen here at It's So Tempting, and yes, I was just on at Iowa Falls, and you're probably sick of me, but I'm working on binding on a quilt that I'm doing for my son, and it's a big quilt, so there's a lot of binding, and I thought, you know what, this is a great opportunity to pop on here and just talk about and show you guys how I use this little doohickey. So this is a Sasher. This is Pauline Rogers Sasher, and it is amazing. I always fold my binding when I'm doing my binding using this little doohickey here. So I cut my binding at 2.5 inches, probably pretty typical. And as you can see on here, hopefully, whoop, there we go. It's backwards. Again, phone's broken. Sorry, guys. 1.25 inches. So that's what I want to use because that's what this is going to end up being. I think, if I do my math right. Yep. When I'm done. Yes, okay, good. So here is how I use this tool. And like I said, I got a lot to fold. And I don't want to do it by hand because, one, it gets hot. And yes, I'm normally cold, but it gets real hot. So I love my little iron. This is one of these nifty notions that we can get or that we have. And basically what I do is I'm just going to fold this strip of binding, and of course I've already sewn it all together and I've ironed it all flat and it's all beautiful, and I'm just going to go ahead and get it started the first few inches. Now this is what you would normally do if you were going to do this by hand, and who really wants to do that? Not me. Alright, so I'm going to take a little doohickey, my little Sasher, and I am just going to thread that in there kind of like a belt buckle. So it looks something like that, okay? And you see how that fits perfectly in there? Now this is not going to fold it for you, but what this is going to do is this is going to allow you to get your iron up close to it. You're going to use your other hand to kind of manipulate it and fold it in half, and it's going to give you that perfect width the whole way down. So what else you're going to need and want to have is a good forked pin, okay? So I'm just going to insert this guy. And if I was at my ironing board at home, my big long one, I would be doing it using the whole length of that so I can get really good coverage going along. So if you noticed, there was a curve to these guys, which fits that slight curve of your iron just perfectly. So now I'm just going to go along and move my Sasher down, pushing it along with the curve of my iron. And when I need to, I just unpin, pull it back up, pin it in place, and keep on moving that along. And if it gets a little gunked up, then I just back it up. Probably shouldn't do it that way. Back it up, and then go ahead and just keep on moving it along. And you guys, look how fast. And I mean, I've got a lot of binding to do on this sucker. It's a big quilt. It's huge. He better love it. He will. He'll love it. But look how quickly I'm just doing this right here on camera. And you know, nothing ever works perfectly on camera. But here we go. Just like that. And here I'm coming up to the seam. And of course, you're going to be just a little bit careful when you get to that seam because you don't want to pull any seams, and hopefully you've opened up your seam so it's nice and flat. Makes that junction nice and flat. I just went over the seam, just like that. Look at that. Oh, I messed up a little bit. That's okay. Back it up. And just move it on. And you see how my hand here is just giving it a fold. And look at that, you guys. Just in a little bit that we've been on camera, I've done all that. Still have a lot left to do, but this tool is a necessity that you guys must have in your quilting arsenal. All right, you guys, again, don't get sick of me. I probably won't pop back on again today, but you guys have a fabulous rest of your Monday. Bye.